Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tabletop Almanac. My name is Simon, and I am the uh, producer, such as it is, and um, guy running stuff on this channel. You may find me doing reviews. You may find me doing actual plays, like this one. So, you may have caught our session 0, but would like to invite you to session 1 of Historica Arcanum, Era of the Crusades, Tale of Sigil of Jerusalem, using the Tales of the Valiant system, because it's very, very close to 5th edition, for which Historica Arcanum is made, but has a few other little things that just want to try a little more. Our cast is going to introduce themselves and tell you who they're playing, and then we're going to get right into the action. If you've watched session 0, then I'll have given you some info on the setting as it is, but they are near the city of Jerusalem. This is during the time of Baldwin and Saladin. Enjoy. So let's meet our cast. Let us know your name or what you'd like to be called, and your character and what your class, ancestry, lineage, whatnot is. So let's start with Toli.
Hey everybody, I am Toli. I'm going to be playing a monk by the name of Osamu, who is on a pilgrimage, very far away from where he originally is from, but he finds himself here because he does like collecting artifacts of various sort. So he finds himself in Jerusalem, or right outside of it, rather.
Yeah, not yet. Okay, excellent. Crow.
Hello, I'm Crow. I'll be playing Omar, a barbarian, bounty hunter, slayer, currently on a not pilgrimage, maybe finishing a pilgrimage for someone else. It's personal. I don't want to talk about it.
Sounds good. Okay. And Suni?
Hi, I'm Suni, and I am playing a doomsaying, grave-robbing bard named Atash. Super mischievous type of soul. And he seems to be coming from somewhere with a goal. But super interested in picking up gold along the way.
Not bad at all. And last but not least, Ray.
I am Ray. I'm playing Jalua, who's a cleric. I'm actually from Jerusalem, and most of the time when I'm not doing my venturing stuff, you'll find me ministering to the poor.
All right. And we'll learn a little bit more about your particular philosophy as we play. Just as a note, everybody is starting at 3rd level, which is a higher level than Sigil of Jerusalem starts you by default, and that's partly because Tales of the Valiant doesn't give you subclasses until level 3. So, because we wanted the Historica Arcanum subclasses in right away, we're jumping ahead a little bit. So, if they mop up the first few challenges really easily, don't worry, it'll get harder. All right. The winds carry the ill news of war and bloodshed. As the sorrowful clouds fight away the radiant sunlight, the faces around the mother's hand caravanserai seem to be sunless and joyless. The very fragile peace of the world hangs in a delicate balance, and the ones who take a side in this endless war are perilously close to the edge. You notice 2 different sides in this small caravanserai, just as the world you know is also shattered between the cross and the crescent. The chasm bleeds, and you only see blades in the dark to widen the bloodshed. Almost nothing makes an attempt to stop it. You see warriors with stern faces, armed from head to toe, proudly carrying the cross on their chests close to their hearts. Their gaze is upon the newly arrived, the followers of the crescent. Neither party is here to disturb the peace or be the reason the balance is off the scale and to cause all hopes to fall from the edge right into the abyss. However, you feel the ice in the air, filling the gap between them. So we will have established that in your first 3 levels, you have all met each other and become, well, maybe not bosom buddies, but, pals. And are on your way to Jerusalem, which is why you stopped at this caravanserai. Now, a couple things for you to know about it. It does have guards, of course. They are led by a rather large, slightly older Frankish man. The owner of the caravanserai is Greek, a merchant. And here you can purchase horses, you can stay the night, meet with other interesting people. The courtyard that you're in right now is got a number of travelers and merchants either coming to or from Jerusalem. And as noted, there are 2 groups there. There's a Crusader group and a Muslim group, who are definitely kind of giving looks to each other across the yard. Would everyone like to describe their character, physically, how they're carrying themselves, and tell me what you're doing at this moment? So let's start reverse order. Ray.
So, Galua is dressed in robes. She's very tall, about 6'4", 6'4", blonde hair, pale skin. She's very beautiful. She has a rapier on her side and a shield, and I guess a shield strap on her back. And underneath the ropes, you can tell that she's wearing armor.
All right.
But yeah.
Anything else to note?
I mean, as for what I'm doing, I'm probably just saying a prayer right now.
All right. Okay. Suni.
So Atash stands at like 5'6". He weighs about 135 pounds. He has like thick, curly, black shoulder-length hair, dark brown skin, perpetually tired eyes, likely from his grave responsibilities. And he has like this air of doom and dread to him. And I think he would be trying to sell the things that he stole from graves.
Okay.
And would be somewhat near Omar.
All right. Okay. Crow.
Omar kind of stands taller, at 5'11", darker skin, bald head, kind of looks like Isaac from Castlevania Nocturne. Somewhat kind eyes, but also very fierce. He just looks naturally scary, next to his grave robbing companion. Probably just scouting everywhere. He's just got a bunch of robes on that looks very out of date for even this time period.
Okay. All right. And Tolly.
So, Osamu being someone who is not native to this region, definitely doesn't want to stick out in any way. So the clothing is a little bit more region specific, but there's no surplus of adornments or anything like that. The clothes are meant to fit in with his surroundings. That being said, he is about 5'8" or so, very lean, very sleek build, hair very much in like a warrior's top knot. He's a person that trains a lot, but is also very quiet, very reserved. And at this moment, one of the things that he's doing is meditating beside, and I hope I say the name right, Geula. I did not say it right.
Galua.
Geula.
Galua.
Geula. Okay. Gotta practice it a few times. As you can tell, he's also not used to names around this region, so
Mhm.
he may also butcher a couple, even though he's been on adventures with these folks. Because one of the bonds that really he has with Gelwa is that sense of spirituality. So at this moment, he's also quietly meditating.
Okay. And now, your characters' lineages. Three of you share the same base one. Only one of you is human. That would be Osamu. Everyone else is a Siderian, which is the Tales of the Valiant version of planar blooded. So ASMR, tieflings, etc. Omar is, I believe you went with Celestial, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Omar and Geula are both Celestial.
Yep.
Yep.
And then Atash is not fiendish exactly, because I think we used the Celestial rules, but you're
we did
descended
Fallen.
from a fire elemental
Yeah.
type of lineage. Possibly gin-blooded, the lords of smokeless fire. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out by the end of this. Okay. What's everyone's passive perception?
13.
Does anyone have under 13?
Mine's
Okay. So I'm going to assume that's a no. No one has under 13. So everyone notices this, but I imagine there'd probably be some nudging if not. And we'll get to sort of the actions as we come to them. But everyone notices that near the well, near being basically next to, there's a man maybe in his late 30s, possibly Arabic descent, and you can tell he is trying to keep a low profile and sort of keep unwanted attention away. Now, he seems to be doing this by working. He could well work at the caravanserai. He's ladling out water to those who ask, but he's doing it in a very shy and quiet manner. Now, who would like to make an insight or perception test?
Ooh.
Sure.
All
I'll
right.
do insight.
I'd like to do some inciting.
Okay.
I'd like to do some perceptioning.
All
16.
right.
Do inside.
16 on insight.
First roll of the game was a 4. We're off to a good start. But
Well,
15.
I got
technically,
+6, so
Crow beat you with a 16. He rolled it first.
Got a 20.
Oh, you got a 20 in the end.
Yeah.
ooh,
Oh,
dirty 20.
okay.
Nice.
Add the 16. Go add the 20.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But it sounds like everyone got at least 10?
Yep.
Okay.
10 after my bonuses, yes.
Those of you who only got 10, or not much higher than 10, even though this guy is trying to keep a low profile, even though he's being very kind of unassuming as he ladles out water, you're people of the world, you're adventurers, you know what to watch for. He is definitely paying attention to everybody who comes up to him. He's surreptitiously looking at every face. He isn't really losing focus in that. Like he's doing a really good act here of being shy, but he's really focused on what he's doing, and what he's doing seems to be scrutinizing everyone who comes up. Anyone who got 15 or higher, he's also hiding a scar of some sort. And now hiding just being like he has it, but he's covering it up and occasionally shifts to recover it when you notice, or when it is accidentally revealed. Okay, so at this time, you've noticed this, and Atash is also trying to sell off his ill-gained goods. You're able to find the traders who are less likely to ask questions about some of these things. This family heirloom, you say?
Yes.
Distant relation or something? Oh,
Yeah, my
okay.
cousin's best cousin.
Aha. Okay. And well, it's a bit earthy, isn't it? Well, that's fine then. And exchanges for denarii and so on are made. And his last batch is sort of sold off. So what does everyone else want to do in this time? We have the two contemplative types meditating and whatnot. Omar.
Still guarding Atash, although keeping an eye on the man at the same time. Every so often, just kind of leans into Atash. Hey, we may have to look at that.
Oh, you saw that too. Ugh. It's always something every time we go somewhere new.
Yeah. Also, you might be on a wanted list somewhere, so I would suggest you might want to keep a low profile.
And he kind of grins and just scratches the side of his head, and he goes, "Me, I'm too sneaky to get on a list."
All right. And our two philosopher types, you guys are still doing your meditations?
No,
Oh.
I'm gonna stand up and I will walk over to Omar and just stand by his side. So, looking still straight at the person at the well. But I'm gonna mention to Omar, they seem to be on the lookout for someone. Another bounty hunter, perhaps?
Or perhaps, but I'd never seen one of them before.
You don't think they'd be looking for us, do you?
Probably Atash, like I said before. Especially hawking the family heirloom as it was.
Atash turns around when he hears that, and he's like, "It's my cousin's side cousin from another cousin. It's legit."
Last
he turns
week it
back
was
to
your
the cellar.
aunt from your cousin's cousin's aunt.
Side
Yeah,
piece.
we got a big family.
Right. So there's that Osamu.
Well, I don't
I'm gonna walk
doubt
up to the
Atash's
person.
intentions.
Oh, is that right? You're going to walk up to them?
To the
Okay.
person. And I'll say, you look like you have a lot on your mind. Would you like me to offer a prayer for you?
Oh, huh. That's very kind of you. Um, I suppose I wouldn't say no to that. Any prayers are welcome, aren't they? Anything to put one in good favor of those above.
It's always good to ask God for help when you need it. Is there anything you'd like me to pray for you for?
Um, it is a petty thing that I do not believe the Almighty would wish to fulfill, but I have misplaced, well, let's say lost, an item that has great personal importance. It is a locket from my ancestors. I would not ask for a mere trinket, but one of this sentimental value is perhaps something the Lord might look kindly upon. Um, if you could pray for it to find its way back into my hands, then that would be most kind.
I would absolutely be glad to. And there are no prayers too small for God.
Huh? You are an open-minded one. The priests in Jerusalem or the imams do not quite see things the same way you do.
I'm afraid a lot of them are caught up in their institutions and instead of on God himself or herself.
Indeed. And he glances around, just in case anyone heard that. Okay. My name is Jakob Al-Qudsi.
I'm Guru. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you.
What
You
do
are,
what
go
do
ahead.
what do you find yourself doing here other than looking for your missing trinket?
Oh, well, passing through, um, but finding myself forced to delay in the event that I might be able to find the locket. I don't wish to get too far. I'm sure I did not lose it. Well, I'll be honest, I actually don't know where it is. I simply hope it is somewhere nearby.
Well, I will certainly pray for you, and perhaps God will send you a little help.
Inshallah. So now,
And
yeah.
I walk away and I confer with the party first, and then I will actually pray for him.
Okay. So the other three of you, you've noticed Giola go up and speak with the man, and then come back. They seemed like they had a friendly enough conversation. Ray, one thing that Gila does notice at the well is there's a rather abundant number of snake scales, the discarded snake scales around it.
Okay.
But no visible snakes, nor have you seen any in the caravanserai in your time here. Okay. Everyone else?
So I think I imagine Gula, you mentioned, the whole looking for the trinket
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think that would catch my ear, especially being a sort of an ancient trinket. I'm curious as to the ancestry of it and everything like that. And it's a person in need. So I will make my way towards the well as well. Anyone else is free to join me, but I'll be walking up.
I would too. I think Atash, the moment he hears like family heirloom, old, ancient, his like eyes flicker with greed, and he goes, "Oh,
I
a
can sell
lost
this.
locket." Yeah.
Omar reluctantly follows behind, already knowing they're going to get into trouble, and he's just preparing for like whatever happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, he nods as you arrive and sort of reaches to serve you some water if that seems to be your purpose.
I'll put my hand up to kindly say no, and I will introduce myself. I am Osamu. I have it is a pleasure to meet you. I've heard my companion tell me that you have lost a trinket.
A locket, yes.
A locket.
Jakob.
Jakob, well met. I would be more than happy to assist you on this. I only ask for one thing in return, is that you tell me the history of this locket and the traditions of your people.
A small price to pay, should you find it. I am willing.
Let me introduce you to my other companions. This is Atash.
He leans over and grins and waves and says, "Hello, missing a locket. Well," and he kind of like fixes his scarf around his neck and says, "I'm quite good at finding things. If you could just explain to me what this locket looks like."
Don't be so hasty, Atash. This is Omar.
Omar?
Doesn't say a word, just gives a brief bow, and eyes are still intensely staring at this man, probably too intense, and doesn't know how to like take it back.
Fair enough. I mean, it kind of, it doesn't quite, it's not quite the same like way he was sort of doing that himself. It seems to be more intense, right, rather than just scrutinous. Yeah, like staring your way through him. Okay. Well, it is. It is nothing particularly desirable for anyone else. It's simple, a simple locket. I must advise you, if you do find it, that it would be best to handle it in a very particular way. There's a small ritual that must be performed before touching it or carrying it. It's very simple, but it is a tradition of my family. You must put your hands on the soil, move your fingers about until they are all covered, and then pour some water upon them while chanting a children's song. Anyone you wish that has deep personal meaning to you, then you may carry it without incident.
Incident. Is this locket, and I guess my thought process here is, I've done a lot of archaeological work. I've encountered some cursed items before. Um, so I'm going to just straight up ask, is this item cursed in any way?
No, that is not the way to look at it. Um, it is simply uh, call it a superstition, if you will, call it anything, but it is simply what is done.
Hmm. Atash, you've seen trinkets and lockets of all sorts of manner. What do you make of this?
Hmm. It's, I must admit, it's a bit concerning that you have to do a ritual before you touch this locket. It means there must be something more to it. And he kind of looks at Jakob suspiciously. He's not sure if he's like telling everything.
You are you are thinking too hard about it. In the same as um, those whom I have met from far to the west and far to the north of here may spit and touch iron upon uttering words of beings of the other worlds um, to ward them off. This is a similar sort of activity.
Ah,
Insight check,
Mm-hmm.
if I can.
Yeah. Trying to see if he's telling the truth or telling you everything.
I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna be like, so it's a tradition of your people.
Certainly.
I'm just trying to figure out what the fine print is, the other part, the other shoe to drop, because these two are like, oh, adventure and archaeology, and the other one is, oh, gold, and almost like, oh no, something cursed that needs to be possibly destroyed. 15.
Okay. You don't feel he's telling you everything about it, but it also doesn't seem like he's doing that maliciously. If that makes sense, like, you know, it's not that it has beneficial magic or anything of that sort. Simply, he's telling you this because he believes that that is what you should do. Um, but it doesn't seem like he's not telling you all about it
Okay.
for any malicious intent.
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
You are interested in finding items, other artifacts, things of that sort?
Atash sidles up and he goes, yes, yes. And do you have any other things you need finding?
Not myself, but as a gesture of goodwill, I I happened upon the tomb of a wizard of some sort on my way here. There may be something within that you can find which would be of benefit to you, monetarily or otherwise. It is likely guarded, as these things tend to be, but you still might find items of interest.
Hmm.
Uh,
Is that where
oh,
you lost your locket?
I must say, I simply do not know where I lost it.
Hmm.
I believe I had it before then, but I could be mistaken. I may have had it then and lost it afterwards. I simply do not know. I can give you directions. It is a specific tomb. It has the mark of Banu Musa upon it. It is a wave with this letter upon it, and he traces what looks sort of like bull horns with a dot below it. Simon's not as knowledgeable on that script. Anyone? Well,
I would like to do some kind of like history check on this. This is my bag.
yeah. Okay. Roll a history check.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
Sweet.
No, I got a 10.
10 with bonuses.
Yep.
Rough.
I have a 22 with bonuses.
Wow.
Well, it escapes
A touch
Natash.
for gold.
Yeah. Very distracted by material things. Osamu has heard of Banu Musa. They're a group of engineers that originate from Baghdad. It means the sons of Musa. It was founded by the brothers Abu al-Qasim, Hamad ibn Musa ibn Shakir, and al-Hassan ibn Musa ibn Shakir, known as Abu al-Qasim, Hamad, and al-Hassan for short.
Yeah, so at the mention of that, I will repeat everything that you just said back to him and be like, yes, I know this. How fortunate that you've stumbled upon such a treasure trove of ancient knowledge and secrets.
Oh, yes, it is fate, I suppose.
Fate. The spirits have been kind.
They have.
Yeah, I would love for you to give us directions. Atash, I mean, this is a big deal.
You're telling me. And he has
All
like this
that
kind of creepy grin.
knowledge,
Oh yeah, knowledge.
all that
So
culture that
worth.
was lost.
Oh yes. And he like chuckles a little bit and says, "Oh, well, if nothing else," and he takes a cup of water and downs it quickly and says, "We must get going."
Well, here, and he sort of scrawls a map on a bit of parchment with charcoal and pointing out the caravanserai, pointing out any landmarks around the tomb.
Thank you, Jacob. However, this is far too kind. You've given us all this information, and we have not even found your locket. I
Well,
do pledge my service to you. Thank you for this, but we must find your locket in order to repay you. Otherwise, we are in your debt.
if that is how you feel, I'm simply expressing my gratitude with in the event you do find these. Otherwise, do not worry, think nothing of it. Simply assisting those who might be better suited than I to liberating anything from there.
When liberating, what did you see when you you mentioned you passed by and that it was guarded? Were you assailed by anything?
No, I must mention I was not I did not see any guards, but I suspect, knowing what it is, that there may well be something of that sort. I cannot
Secrets
offer.
tend to be guarded.
That is my reasoning.
Very well. Well, thank you for this kind gesture.
Oh, I will be lucky if you are able to repay the favor.
Is there anything that you are looking for from this tomb?
Nothing in particular for myself. I do not know what is in it. I do not know what could be in it. It is simply a gesture. You need bring me nothing from there.
Well, perhaps next we meet, I will at least bring you a story of our travels.
I would welcome it.
If nobody is picking up the map, Atash grabs it immediately if no one's reaching for it, and he says, "Oh yes, trade stories, have good coffee, things like that. It'll be great. We just we gotta go. We got things to do, right? Right." And he like stuffs the map in his robes and starts walking away and says, "Nice meeting you, Jakob. Nice meeting you indeed."
You as well, Atash.
I'm going to bow as well and start walking back.
Omar quickly hits behind them, quick enough to like almost instantly be behind Atash. Just leans in. May I remind you about the Sphinx incident, the cats?
Oh, come on, Omar. That was so long ago. And those cats, I swear they were on my side. I didn't have enough food, okay? It happens.
Osama, you still dreaming about the cats?
Considering that this was only last week, yes.
Well,
Listen,
There was
we
never an
can't live in
animal
the
I
past.
could not tame or befriend, and yet those cats were things of legend.
he's just gonna shout out, Galua! Galua,
Yes.
we're gonna need you to say another prayer, Atash. Got golden eyes again. I don't know.
I will pray for herself.
And he kind of just waves his hand and says, "Oh, Gula, you're so good to me. You're always watching over my soul. You all live in the past too much. What matters is the future." And he unrolls the map and he says, "And this is our future."
Looks like a map to me. I don't see a future.
Oh, dream bigger, Omar. There's so much to this map. A world where we have more and we can give it away. You know, there's so many people in need, and who is going to protect them?
When
And
have
just
you ever
staring at this map.
given to the poor?
Hey, you know, when I have enough, I give back. And this is like partially true, but he's a bit of a hoarder.
Okay.
Just remember, Atash, that the best way to prepare for the future is to study the past.
Yeah.
We must
And
prepare for these tombs.
Sure. And how close is this tomb from where we are?
Not far. Maybe an hour walk. I mean, so not like super close, but it's not impossible to reach.
Ooh, and what time is it, roughly? What time of the day?
Let's see. Midday at least. We mentioned
Okay,
radiant sunlight in the introduction.
that's true. That could be radiant morning light, though.
It could be. So let's say late morning.
Oh, okay. Come on, late morning. Atash turns to the group and says, "It's so early in the day. Surely we could make this trip and come back within the day."
You easily could.
I agree.
Um,
Let's plot a course and get to it.
just gonna throw my cloak up, put it over the head, and just, all right. But this time, if there's cats or bats or rats or anything like that, I'm putting you up front.
Good man. Pats him on the bicep as hard as possible, which is not very hard at all.
Yeah.
What is this, AD&D, where a cat is actually dangerous to early level characters?
Yo.
Hey, you never know.
Okay. So, is anybody not going?
No.
All right.
Got-
That's
Someone needs to make sure that she doesn't do anything too bad. That he doesn't. That Tasha doesn't do anything too wrong.
fair.
No promises.
It takes a whole group of you to do that, it seems.
Shade.
All right.
Shade.
So it is about an hour's journey from where you are. And it appears that it is, you find it with Jakob's map very, very easily. He's landmarked it well. Even being able to identify the tree that it's next to. You can, in fact, find the grave marker under the tree's shadow. There's the name Nurullah ibn Musa carved on it. And you can see the mark of Banu Musa. It's very small, but knowing to look for it, you can see it. Does anyone have survival related?
I believe I do.
I got nature. I got good nature and history. That's it.
Yeah, it's a little
don't.
different.
I actually don't have survival.
Don't worry,
I got
survival?
survival.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I do.
All right. Let's get some
I actually do,
survival.
apparently. I do.
Okay.
Okay.
So both of you can make a roll.
16.
16. Nice.
13.
13. All right. Sort of poking about, you're able to notice that just beneath the surface of the grave, above the graves, just below the gravestone, it's not a particularly large one, there's a solid object beneath it. And this is noteworthy primarily because it's very far above, and Muslim burials do not involve solid objects. Typically, they're buried well deep in a white shroud. So but in this case, there is something solid directly below the gravestone.
Just gonna turn to a toss. This is all you. This underground under the gravestone. Have fun.
Ah. And he approaches it and he's gonna look it over. You said the object is like
Something
directly
solid.
below it?
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly just place my hand on Natasha's shoulder. Just be wary of where the dead lie. Do not disturb or desecrate this site.
I would never. I'm a professional. Thank you. Fixes his mess of robes.
They're gone. Osamu, like
I'll
those
say a little
bodies are.
prayer for him. I not cast guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, bless y'all. Okay. Can I grab this object or?
Well, you're gonna have to start digging.
Oh, immediate. Do I have shovels? Do we do this?
I would assume that being a grave robber, you have something
You
that
have
could
shovels.
function in that
Little
fashion.
shovel.
Yeah.
Got a little
Yeah.
shovel. He takes it out. It's a little. He unfolds it and sticks it into the ground. And I guess he has like a little pick to break it up. And then he's going at it. He's gonna try to do
Okay.
this as quickly as possible.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna be
right.
helping. I'll be helping you out.
So the what you find isn't something that you can pull up yourself. It's actually a it's wood, and it's a hatch big enough for, well, Gable is the tallest, but Omar was probably the strongest, right? Like most muscular. The two of you
Right.
could fit through there, but it would be a bit of a squeeze.
Oh. Can I try to open it? Is it locked?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's open this.
Yeah. It reveals a ladder that goes down, not up, just in case you were wondering.
Damn. This would have been a real adventure if it went up.
Yeah. Then we would have called it Jakob's Ladder.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's really good. Fuck. Oh my god. That's Tosh is gonna say, "There's a ladder," and goes down immediately.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down. How dark is it, and how deep?
You can't tell.
Can't tell. All right. Well, I'm going to light a torch before I go down there, and then start making my way down. While holding the torch with one hand, and slowly making my way down. Atash, please wait. Do not be so hasty.
Quickly, let's go. We got things to look at.
All right. So, yep.
Omar's just gonna look at Galua after you.
Okay. I'll go next then.
Okay. With each step down the ladder that you take, a subtle aroma begins to pervade your senses, intensifying as you descend. It's an unsettling scent, primarily because it's so wholly unexpected. You'd braced yourself as you are used to for the stench of decay, maybe even death. What greets you is neither. It's an acrid smell that assaults your nostrils, almost as if it's singeing the hairs within. And upon reaching the bottom and venturing a little further into the tomb, your eyes start to water. And this is a scent you recognize, one that's ingrained in your memory. It's the odor of rusty chains, abandoned in a damp chamber for centuries. It's reminiscent of an old retired blacksmith whose hands are eternally marred with the soot and scent of metal. It's the threatening presence of a darkened, burnt orange nail that could fatally pierce your skin with a single swipe. The longer you linger here, the more you sense this pervasive, rusty essence beginning to claim your belongings as if it seeks to engulf them. And not just them, but your very bones as well. So from that ominous description, I'll tell you what you see. This seems to be, well, the main part of the tomb. It's not exceptionally large, right? It's not this giant thing, but it's big enough that it has a sarcophagus in it. There's a set of, and this is something you do not see often, a set of full plate armor. Now, this is the sort of thing which is definitely an anachronism. You wouldn't really tend to see this sort of thing until later on. But here, yeah, it seems to be a suit made entirely of plate. Now, how anyone could or would want to fight in something like this is beyond you, but it's there. There's on the left of it, there's a carved steel plate. On the ground, there's a carpet that has been damaged over time, but you do see images in the weave. Yeah, so.
Okay. Atasha's beelining for that sarcophagus.
Yeah, and everyone else?
Beelining after Atash to warn Atash for the umpteenth time, do not disturb the dead. Take some
But he
time,
does, doesn't
look
he?
around. There is so much knowledge just to be gained. Look at this armor. Whose was it? Where did it come from? Take some time, Atash. You will find that you will learn much if you are just patient.
Patience sounds like idling, and the future has none of that in it. And he just continues walking to the sarcophagus.
So we're just not going to talk about the sulfur. We're just going to ignore that.
Omar, you worry a lot, but okay, he makes a good point. You know, that was weird. I didn't want to think about it too much because, you know, we have other things to worry about.
I think that would be the first worry, as it's usually a sign of something bad happening, so.
All right.
Yeah, something strikes me odd about this place. Let's take a closer look around before we actually touch anything. I'm going to approach the armor. Is there any sort of like crests or insignias, any sort of smith's mark on it that I'm able to identify?
No mark, but like no like trademark, but there is a carving of a dragon on it.
Carving of a dragon, interesting. Would this be a type of dragon that I would have seen?
Typical, Western heraldic dragon.
Okay.
So you might have seen it on someone's shield.
Yeah. Would I recognize, can I attempt to roll to recognize like the family or... Well, because we know the tomb is the Bala Musa, you said, right? With the sons of Musa?
Banu Musa.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so
does this match like what I know of them? Is that like their crest or their symbol?
no, it's not a specific. It doesn't seem specific to the family or the like engineering conglomerate.
Okay. So this is This is probably something that Atash would want. Atash, before you touch that sarcophagus, come over here. Take a look at this armor.
Okay. And he shuffles over, and he looks it over and says, "What is this? This looks so heavy."
Yeah. I imagine this wouldn't be quite practical, but look at the design of it. It is a thing of beauty. And this dragon here, it's made so well.
Now, to be clear, it's on the left side of the sarcophagus, next to the left of the armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. They're right next to each other. Atash like flicks the armor. Does it make like a loud, echoey sound?
No, kind of a.
Oh, dull. All right. He says, "I can't do anything with this. I'm not going to be able to sell this. I can't even pick this up. Even Omar over here is going to have a hard time picking it up." Omar, are you? Can you pick this up? We might be able to sell this.
I think he ponders it for a moment. Like, I can wait. Didn't think about climbing.
You
Like,
probably can if you want to, but doesn't mean you have to be honest about it.
Is it a good idea? No.
And how are you going to get it back up that ladder?
He's going to throw it really, really fervently.
Right. I think he thinks about it out loud, like not even thinking about like the implications that is being asked. He's like, I could probably do it. I mean, put it on the back. It'll take a brief moment. Wait, why do you want the armor?
For knowledge. And he just stares at you.
That's his thing. Like that's
Yeah, it's for Osamu. Yeah.
But he's scrawny. He's pretty scrawny. I don't see him putting this on.
Oh, I'm not going to wear it, but I figured someone, maybe in the caravan, would want this as a kind donation.
Donation?
All it is doing is picking up rust here. Don't you smell it? Rust is everywhere in the air. The least we could do is preserve this.
Hey, Kalua, can you wear this?
I mean, it looks really heavy.
But we can't leave it
what?
down here.
Okay, fine. I'll try to bring it up.
Tosh rubs his hands together and he says, Omar, you're too good. And he turns to the sarcophagus to look at any like imagery on it.
Okay. Is Omar going to try to lift this?
Oh, the armor? Yes.
It seems to be fixed to the floor. And like fixed together too. It's not it won't come apart. And when you try to, lift it even from lower down, you can definitely feel that there's something in the feet connected to the ground.
Atash, I think it belongs here. I think it's rooted here. It's part of the family of this tomb.
Like a guardian, perhaps, watching over this tomb. Interesting.
Tosh kind of straightens his back and he says, that does not bode well with me. And he kind of like reaches down and like affixed to the side of his hip is a small darbuka. It's like a drum. And he kind of taps on it idly. and looks over the sarcophagus while glancing over the statue. He's a little nervous. Something about what Osamu said there didn't sit right with him.
Uh-huh. I wonder what.
Atash, don't worry. There doesn't seem to be any armor in the shape of a cat.
Oh, that. If those cats had armor, I don't think we'd be here. But also, that'd be really interesting. You know, can you imagine armored cats? An army of cats. I think we should go back. I think we could find enough food to feed those cats
Now,
and create an army. And he's like tapping on his drum as he's thinking this, and he says, I think this is a good idea. And then he turns back to the sarcophagus. And I want to like roll some investigation for this whenever.
Sure. Well, I mean, I can tell you the outside of the sarcophagus is very plain. It has the Musa symbol on it again, but nothing else.
Okay.
Atash, if you are worried, we do know how close this tomb is. We can always head back. I can sketch what we saw here and we can ask around for more information. But I don't think there's anything to be scared of.
Me? I'm not scared. I do this all the time. It's me scared. Yeah, okay. I'm not scared. And he, like, tries to open the sarcophagus. If it opens.
Well, it does seem like it opens.
Ooh.
You might need a little bit of help.
Omar smacks the sarcophagus.
You're all at the
Atash,
whims of
be
a
gentle.
madman.
I'll help out too. I'll grab I'll go to one of the corners.
yeah, and as I'm opening up, Galua, you might want to start in that prayer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm definitely not helping open the sarcophagus.
All right. The lid, with the three of you working together, lifts, and you're able to slide it aside, even onto its side on the ground if you want. The sarcophagus is full of water.
Atash just yells out, "What is this?
Can
We've been
I
had."
can I use like survival or anything now that I know that I do have it? To kind of inspect the water more carefully. Is it like still water, any sort of smell? Is it potable?
You don't need survival for that. You can
Cool.
make educated guesses based off a number of things. It is still. It's cool, but not cold. It doesn't have a smell. You can't see the bottom through it. But simultaneously, you also don't see any anything that would have grown over a long period of time of having water sitting in the sarcophagus.
Huh.
There's no lichen, there's no mold or mildew or anything like that.
Okay. I am carrying a quarterstaff with me. I'm going to use it. So I have the torch in one hand, staff in another. I'm going to kind of use it to kind of see if, like, just essentially putting the staff into the water, taking it
Mhm.
out, seeing what happens to the staff. Being very careful and also seeing, like, what happens if I hit the bottom of the sarcophagus.
How far are you going to put it in?
How far does it go?
Well,
It's going to be a slow descent, but
by the time your hand is almost touching the water, it still has not touched the bottom.
well, this is odd. And then I'll raise my staff up.
It's wet.
Okay.
Surprise.
Okay. This is interesting.
This sarcophagus goes much deeper than it appears to.
Viola, what are you doing while they're messing around with the...
Keeping watch.
Okay.
I am feeling like I should cast some detect magic. This seems strange.
All
Let me
right.
do that. Let's detect some magic.
It glows. The water radiates magic.
Otash kind of points at it and says, well, that's strange.
What is?
The water, it's full of something more. Magic?
I'm going to like dab my hand against the staff where like the staff was wet. Any burning, anything like that? No. Okay. I may regret
Let's go.
this, but I'm gonna put my hand into the sarcophagus, starting with like the fingertip, and like slowly, as long as there's no like pain or it's not acid or anything.
No, you still have your fingertips.
Okay. Interesting.
That was just jump in.
No, not yet. And then you see Osamu kind of putting down the staff, starting to undo parts of his tunic. He is going to go for a swim, but he needs to make sure he can swim quite freely. So he will put all the tools down and everything.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Osamu when I
Okay.
see him doing this.
I will take off like my sandals. So essentially, I'm just in like pants.
Yeah.
And I will kind of make my way, put in my feet into the sarcophagus, kind of sitting on the edge of the lid. And unless anyone says anything, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go under and start, I guess, swimming down.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. He takes off a whole bunch of his cloak and he's just unwrapping like, I can't believe. And he's like tying a part of it to Osamu and just in case I gotta pull you back up.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure we have rope. We can definitely use some rope.
That sounds more
They both
practical.
work.
Yeah. I think one of us has an explorer's kit. I think my navigation kit may come with rope.
All right. Well, you can attach a line to you with
Yeah,
a cloak
a little...
or rope
Making
or
it
whatever.
longer. Just okay,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I think it's usually like a 30-foot cord of rope. So yeah, I'll tie it around my waist. Omar, if I pull this twice, pull me out.
okay.
All right. And you slip in.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
cold.
gonna go in.
It's dark.
Damn, and I can't take my torch here.
And you're the only one who might
You don't
not
have
have
any
any sort
sister.
of dark vision.
I don't.
Yeah.
So someone will have to like try to shine the light over the tomb. Hopefully some of that light permeates deeply.
Nope.
Well, how deep can I go? I'll try to hold my breath and essentially what I want to do right now is actually like exhale to make myself less buoyant
Mhm.
and sink as far down as I can. I want to see if my feet can touch anything.
Yeah, you keep going, but no.
And if I open my eyes, no stinging on my eyes, I hope.
I mean,
I
the
can't see anything.
usual, like, if water bugs your eyes, it's the usual kind of thing, but no specific, nothing's eating them away.
Gotcha. Okay. If I don't see anything, I'm gonna pull twice and
Immediately drag him out.
Yep. All
make
right,
my
so he
way up.
surfaces.
Yeah.
And Natasha
Well-
runs up. What's down there? What's down there?
Nothing that I was able to find. It seems like an endless pool of water. I've never encountered anything like this in my travels. I wasn't able to see anything, but perhaps one of you may have better luck. I'm not quite situated to water that well, I would say.
Natasha kind of shakes his head and he like smacks his hand across the surface of the water and like splashes the water across the ground and says, "Seems like a dead end. There's nothing here."
Roll a 20-sider for me. And
What?
answer me low, middle, or high.
Middle.
Okay, now roll a 20-sider.
$18.
Okay. All right. Nothing. Yeah. Just curious.
Simon. What the fuck? Okay. Atash is going to take this time to walk around the room and do another like look over. He's gonna look for things that are valuable or like interesting symbols. He's just like having a think.
All right.
Look over at the place.
What's everyone else doing?
Trying to dry up and put my gear back on.
Omar's going to get a little creative, and he's going to tie the rope that he initially had to Osamu over to the actual armor, since it's not moving anywhere.
Mhm.
He's going to tie himself to the other end of that rope, and we just watch him jump in the water.
All right. So while everyone's doing their things, Omar takes a swim and experiences very much the same thing Osamu did. You can't really see down there, and it's just a big, empty water down here.
Oof. Even with dark vision. Okay. That is...
We have dark vision. We also have magic vision up to 30 feet. Magic darkness vision.
Oh,
That's
sorry, magical darkness vision?
Yep, magic darkness up to 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, it's not exactly magical darkness, so
Yeah.
no.
I can't think. I mean, I just wanted to say,
Yep,
that,
nope,
that, is,
okay.
that is what our ability is.
Valid. Okay, so I was doing that. Geula still...
I mean, I'm not indulging in any of this craziness. So yes, I am just watching.
Okay. So as Atash is walking around, yeah, we can just recap what's here. You have that set of armor in front of the sarcophagus. On the left of the sarcophagus, there's that carved steel plate with a dragon on it. On the ground in front is the carpet. Might be silk, but it has definitely been damaged over the years. The weave does, well, the story upon it has a large group of people standing on a riverbank, and then a man with a staff holding a staff up high, and the waters parting in front of him. Does Atash speak Arabic or Turkic, anything like that?
He speaks Arabic.
Musa is the name for Moses in Arabic.
Okay. Atash like spins on his heels and he goes, I think I got something. And then he looks around and goes, where's Omar?
Omar went in for a dive.
What? Omar. And he like runs over and he like pulls on the rope.
I think Omar's been affected of your curiosity.
While that's happening up there, I want to activate radiant consumption.
Okay.
Just want to cause a searing light around me. It's a 10-foot radius, so I want to see if something happens with divine light happening around.
Sure. Okay. When you're watching TV and someone is underwater and they're looking up at the sun and it's doing that, like, scintillating rays over the surface and kind of diving into the water, you are effectively radiating that, but it's not illuminating anything. It doesn't seem like there are walls or a bottom. It just seems to go on.
Oh, okay. Then swim back up.
All right. To a semi-panicky Atash standing at the edge of the sarcophagus.
He grabs your shoulders and says, what are you doing, Omar? You just jumped in?
Yeah, it's fine. The small one was able to do it, so I was able to do it myself. There's nothing there. It's void.
All right. Get out. I think I found something.
He blinks out the eyes and the glowing mouth. Jumps out.
What'd you find?
Well, I found this carpet, and he gestures towards the ruined carpet and says, there's some imagery here with this man with a staff. Maybe it's related to the sarcophagus? You have a staff, don't you, Osama? Why don't you raise it above your head, standing in front of the coffin? Maybe something will happen?
It's worth a try.
Yeah.
I'll-
You sort of did do that when you put your staff in the water. But yeah, raising it,
like following
looks-
the image to like a T.
Yeah. But nothing happens to the water.
Interesting. And Natasha's going to walk around. The steel plate, you said, is on the ground.
No, it's on the side of the sarcophagus.
Oh. If
It's
you
just
touch it, does it move? Or is it just like it's a static thing? Like you would gently move. I want to know if it's movable in any way.
Yeah.
And if I could press it, I will be pressing it.
Do you have investigation?
Oh, I sure can. I got a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
You can't move it much. But now that you're, really feeling it up and, getting in there and looking at, you notice that there are two mechanisms in the back. Like you really had to kind of like pry just a bit, and you can see them, and they go into the sarcophagus.
Oh, okay. I point that out immediately. And say, come look at this. There's more to this. And then what do the mechanisms kind of look like? Is it like a lever?
Do you have any engineering, anything like that?
A pusher? No.
Then, it's
like
beyond you. Yeah.
Perfect.
That's especially why I feel confident describing them as mechanisms, because I don't have to give any more detail on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mechanism, but
if no one's doing anything, I'm touching those things. I'm gonna pull at them. I'm gonna mess with these mechs.
You could barely get the plate out enough to notice them in the first place. So
maybe we rip it off.
Oh, we got okay. With your 22, one of them corresponds to where the dragon head is.
Oh, I point that out. But I don't quite know what this means yet. So I'm going to mess with the dragon head.
Everyone who's looked at the carpet so far can actually, I know your passive perceptions. They're all 13 or higher, right, across the group?
Let me make sure. Hold on. Wait, because I don't think mine is. No, mine is a 12.
Okay, but Osamu did look at it too, and
yes, mine's is a 14.
Okay. Under the carpet, noticeable by the frays and the holes, there's a substance that doesn't match the stone and so forth. It's brownish, semi-translucent, but pretty opaque.
Is it like a solid or is it like a goo? What are we talking here?
You really getting in there and poking it?
It's what my staff is for. I'm going to be doing that, but not with my fingers or hands or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, when the end of your staff touches it, you have to catch your balance because it just slides out underneath.
Okay. Like it sort of like pulled the staff from out of my hands, or
no.
You're
putting it.
Oh, it just like slipped. Like it's a very slippery
friction.
surface. Gotcha. So it's kind of like a grease or an oil. I'll kind of like duck down and try to take a closer look at it. Can I pull the carpet up and kind of see what is under there?
Are you doing this while Atash is looking at the silver plate?
Yes.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Okay. When you pull up the carpet, you hear and this is when you notice that there's a loose plate underneath it. And you've now jostled it by moving the carpet. Atash, make a dexterity saving throw DC 10.
What the fuck? I got a 19.
Okay. And Osamu, make a dex saving throw, DC 10.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, 13.
Okay. Basically, that click goes, and then a gout of fire comes out in just a cone from the dragon's mouth and the carving. Atash dodging out of the way. It hits near the carpet, igniting the grease. But Osamu, being aware and nimble enough, dodges out of the way. But now it is on fire. And you hear a sound, and the armor lifts one leg, second leg, very Cyberman movement, and then we'll need to roll initiative.
Ooh, all right.
Initiative.
Mine is 7.
14.
Mine's is 13.
14.
$14 for Omar, 14 for
Jalua.
Osamu was what again?
13.
13. And Atash was
7.
Oh, wow. It goes first. I suppose that Osamu is closest.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns to you, and one heavily armored fist rises and swings down towards you, and the second one comes up from the other side as it tries the old 1-2. What's the armor class?
It is 18.
Oh, it misses twice. Okay.
Sweet.
Omar and Geula act at the same time. Who has, I guess, the higher dex modifier?
Let me see.
I have a +4.
Also +4.
Okay, you guys can figure it out. Who wants to go first?
Roll
You
off.
can go first. You can go first. You're closer. I've been in the corner anyway.
Gotcha. If I'm going first, I am going to rage.
Okay,
Um,
why not?
Probably some Arabic death metal playing as Omar rages. How close am I to Osamu?
I mean, you could reach him pretty easily.
Okay. Let's see. I got 40 feet of movement, so I'm dashing over
Oh, yeah.
there. Scimitar out. I am just going to slam into one of this thing's joints.
Hmm.
Just gonna go ahead and attack.
All right.
For 23.
23 hits.
I take 7 slashing damage.
Okay. All right, which carves a chunk into the armor. That's for sure.
Just one last thing, because Yeah. Because I'm standing right here and I just rage, I also get to see. Additionally, while raging, you see if there are otherworldly creatures within 30 feet of you. Um, they have faint aura around them that is related to their origin.
Right. Uh, this is the only thing that's around you.
Say that one more time.
Well, you mean, I guess your companions are the otherworldly creatures.
Ah, okay. So this thing is just armor attacking us.
Yep. It's a
Cool.
construct.
Don't like that at all. Okay, then I end my turn.
Okay. Gula.
Okay. I pull my shield from my back. On the shield, instead of seeing a regular Christianity symbol, there's no cross, no Star David, nothing. You see a burning bush. And as I cast a spell, the burning bush starts glowing fire,
Cool.
and I cast bless on everybody.
All right. Osamu.
I am going to attack with my quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm.
So let me roll for that. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Dang.
No, it does not.
And then I'm going to spend one of my technique points to do Flurry of Blows, which is after I take an attack action. On my turn, I can spend one of the points to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Nice.
So I'm going to do 2 unarmed strikes. Okay. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
All right, cool. So I do 1d4 plus 4 damage.
Okay.
So I rolled a 2, so 6 total.
All right.
And
Show
then
me
my
what you
second unarmed attack is only a 10. So that
Only a
doesn't
10.
hit.
Okay. Nope. All right. Bringing us to Atash.
Okay. I think right away Atash is going to cast some bardic inspiration on Omar.
All right.
And that should be my move. So they have one action. And I'm going to try to move away from the armor as well.
Okay.
I'm trying to get as far as I can from it.
Sure. Sure.
Bardic Inspiration is not a bonus action?
I thought it was.
Let's
I
check.
think it is. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Bardic.
Yeah, you should be able to do like an attack or a spell plus.
Yeah, it's a bonus
Bardic
action.
Oh, it is a
Mhm.
bonus action.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so
I
I'm
got
going to do that. I was like, is it? I couldn't find it fast enough. So let's do that. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Mirror. So I invoke the sense of aesthetic and beauty in a creature within range to lure their sights to a spectral mirror. And so
Okay.
the creature gazes at it to twist a reflection in an eldritch and horrific way.
Just be careful. It probably will not work on a construct.
That's
That
the
sounds like
thing.
one of those things that may not.
It doesn't explicitly say that. So like usually if the spell says doesn't work on constructs, then that's it. But this doesn't
Yeah.
say it. But I know that like constructs don't have a mind or like emotion. So I don't know if this would work.
Read me the text again.
You invoke the sense of aesthetic and beauty in a creature within range to lure their sights to a spectral mirror you conjure. After the creature gazes at the spectral mirror, you twist their reflection in an eldritch and horrific way to poison their mind. And that might be the key word.
All right. Yeah, it has immunities to psychic damage, and I don't know if this does this do psychic damage?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So overall,
worth
I think it probably wouldn't work. So I'd pick a different spell or
Oh,
action.
the only other thing I can think of would be lightning charge. I can target
Okay.
myself and up to 2 allies within 10 feet of me. You can use your reaction to cooperate with me. All 3 of us can move up to our speed and deal 1 attack to a creature within our reach.
Okay.
And if any of you use ranged weapons or throwable melee weapons, you can also make an attack roll with them against a creature within range. And then,
Sounds good to me.
all right, and then on a hit, we do 1d6 lightning damage. So let's do that. Let's pop that. What this looks like, Atash kind of takes out his darbuka and he starts like tapping on it. It's very supposed to be like a slow, haunting rhythm, and he says, well, we must charge ahead, gang, and defeat this foe.
All right. So, who else gets to do this then?
I would say Osamu and Omar, if they are within 10 feet of me. I would be targeting them.
This place is
Yeah,
not
they probably
that
are.
huge, so they're
Okay,
within.
perfect.
So they get to make an attack then?
Yeah.
All right. Make your attack rolls.
Cool.
If you decide to move with me.
Uh, 12. Does 12 hit?
Well, does not hit.
Dang.
23.
23 hits.
Yep, that's totally.
Ooh, that's right.
He gets 8 slashing damage.
All right. All right. Carved a pretty
Totally, you're
serious.
blessed. Do you use your bless?
Oh, that
Oh.
would only be 13, right? For Tolly?
Bless is plus 1d4.
Oh,
Oh,
Oops.
D4. Yeah.
Wait, plus a
Okay.
d4. Wait, for what?
Because
bless.
you got
You have
blessed.
bless.
Oh, I got blessed. Oh, okay. I rolled a 4. So
So 17?
Yeah.
Do you get a bonus from anything else at all?
Being incredibly good looking. I don't know. You tell me. Um,
Oh, wait,
does the spell give me any other like damage modifier or anything like that?
Uh,
I think Suni said
Atash?
something about lightning damage.
yeah.
Yeah. It's also 1d6 lightning damage on a hit.
Gotcha.
Who did you give Bardic Inspiration to?
I gave it to Omar.
Ah, okay. Alrighty.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
And 4 lightning damage.
And 4 lightning damage. Nice. Okay, it's looking much the worse for wear. This is not that nice suit of armor it was when you came in. Yeah, totally sorry. You're 1 point away. Okay, so top of the round, it continues its attack. This time turning to Omar. 2 fists come swinging down. I assume 15 misses.
Let me check. I think. No, I think he hits me.
Oh,
no, wait, no. Armor class 17. Never mind.
17. Okay, well, the second one does hit.
Yeah.
For 5 damage.
Half because rage.
So
Kills me, right?
2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. I take it to the chin.
Maybe literally too. It's more of a like you kind of to the chin, or at least that's how he feels it. Well, we're not friends. Okay, bringing us to Omar and Gula.
Let me see, because this thing is now moving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to go. See if I can do this. How close are we to the water?
Well, this was
Pretty much right next
standing
to it,
right
right?
in front of it, so yeah, right next to it.
Because if that's the case, then he is going to go ahead and is going to shove this thing, or at least try to shove this thing into the water.
Okay. Let's see about a grapple.
It's usually an athletics roll
Here's-
if you're trying to look up the
Uh,
rules for it.
No, I've got it.
Okay, cool.
It would impose the grappled condition if you hit. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Strength athletics contested by its athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
So,
Natural 20 for 26.
and I got a 4.
Woo! First
Let's
Okay.
go.
20.
20.
No wonder you're
Uh,
mad. You got to be doing all the work for us.
This is the
I'd be
cats all
mad
over
too.
again.
Well, do you want to
Cats, constructs, it's all the same.
see if we're looking for the result you're looking for? Do you want to just do a shove instead?
Yeah, that's the plan is to put this thing in the water. Like he needs to cool off.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to. So Omar, yeah, grabs it, bear hugs it, and practically pile drives it into the sarcophagus. Give me pick low, medium, or high. Low, middle, or high.
I'm gonna go low.
Okay. So as he's doing this, he brings it down, and the helmet kind of bonks against the side and pops off. The rest of the body goes in. And the helmet lands down on the ground, and it makes a metallic clank as it hits the ground, but then you hear it as like something falls out of it onto the floor. Now, combat is over, so you can investigate as you like.
Atash like runs over to it immediately, and he's like fixing his robes, and he says, "Oh, that was so good, guys. See, we figured it out."
As I said, nothing to worry about.
On the ground is a small piece of parchment and a deep blue gem.
Ooh.
Amazing. Atash grabs the gem immediately and looks it over.
And I would be drawn to the parchment.
Okay.
But not before
What does
I say good work, Omar.
what languages does Osamu speak?
So I think we established that the common language was Latin, correct?
It's either Latin, French, or Italian, I believe. Or you can choose one of the Arabic ones.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
depends
so
on
I
what
had-
communities you run in.
Yeah, so I
And-
wrote in common parentheses Latin,
Okay.
and then additional I wrote in Aramaic with a question mark, because I don't remember if we confirmed if I could.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you could.
Okay, cool. Those two.
Okay, you don't understand the scroll or the
Damn it.
parchment. You recognize the script. It's Arabic, but you don't.
Mm.
You can't read it.
Okay, I will.
I think
pass
at least two of your companions can speak that, though.
Yeah, I mean, seeing how Atasha is fully engrossed into this gem, I will give the parchment to Omar.
Okay. So it has a short phrase signed with um, two Arabic letters, which we would translate as IJ. And the note reads, I found inside not useful for myself, for they already contained what I had. Hope this helps. Now that gem is
Simon, can you repeat
blue.
that one more time?
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yep.
I do want to write this down.
I found inside not useful for myself, for they already contained what I had. Hope this helps.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so the gem is blue. It's very deep blue. It's a sapphire. Um,
How big is it?
uh,
Like palm size, smaller?
yeah, like it would fit on your palm or my palm.
Palm sized. Simon, palm sized gem. Got it. Is there any lit fire in here still? We didn't put that out, right?
No.
We did not know.
Oh, so Atash will like hold the gem up to the fire so it catches light.
Okay. Well, that's pretty.
Yeah, he's engrossed.
All
Did
right.
we do all this for a rock and a like a puzzle phrase parchment?
And the story.
Indeed.
And a gem. And he turns around and shows the gem.
I mean, imagine who wrote this phrase, what it could mean. The possibilities are endless. Fascinating, fascinating.
Like a scene from any comedy movie, we probably just like cut the camera to like Omar already like reaching for the ladder to like start climbing back up, just highly disappointed, just disappointing and annoyed at this present moment.
Yep.
Um, and I'm also going to grab the helmet itself.
Okay. When you look inside, it does have like gears and various other bits.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll take it. I'll take anything. Do we want to put the fires out? We have this endless source of water by the looks of it. I'm going to
Atash
start putting the
shrugs.
fires out.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah, you can put the fire out, which is good because the smoke
Yeah,
in a small contained area.
exactly. I totally thought of that earlier.
I'm gonna cast detect magic since
Okay.
Natasha's too distracted to actually do it herself.
There's no roll, right?
No, it just happens.
No,
as
yeah,
far as I know.
it just happens. Yeah.
It's always just happened, so I was just assuming so. Yeah, the gem glows.
Ooh.
Make an Arcana check.
Sure. I'm good at that. I'm not.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right.
14.
14. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a straight roll for me.
It's a
Can I
what?
roll too?
Straight roll.
It's a straight
Well,
roll. Yeah.
Since Natasha's spending so much energy on looking at this thing, uh, the more you look at it, the more you start to hear the faint sound of waves crashing. Not heavily, like
Interesting. Okay, so I let everybody know. I say, the sound of water.
which combined with your Arcana roll, there's a good chance this gem has something to do with water.
Yes.
Whether it controls it, creates it, destroys it, gives it a hot meal and tucks it into bed, who knows? But it has some influence involving water.
Interesting. Interesting. And Natasha like walks to the ladder and he says, "The sound of water. That's something like the music of life. Without it, we're maybe hollow and dry."
Well,
And he starts walking up the ladder.
I would like to point out that there's a large pool of water there.
Yeah, before you do, can
Huh.
I see the gem?
He grips onto the gem. He says, "What do you mean?"
Oh,
You
just
can
let
look
the
at it
small
from
one
here.
see the gem. Just.
And he hands you the gem very begrudgingly.
Okay, I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna walk over to the sarcophagus, and I'll hold the gem over the sarcophagus, kind of similar to the way that I was doing it with my staff, like closer to the water, seeing if it reacts, glows in any way.
It reacts. The closer it gets, the more it starts to move away from your hand and the gem.
Curious. See, Atash? Sometimes you have to just be patient. Make your mind still as water, and maybe you'll find that you'll be able to bend the water yourself.
Tosh kind of rolls his eyes.
I want to like lower my hand even further in, kind of like how I was doing it before, where I'm like actually like putting my whole hand into the sarcophagus
While holding the
the
gem.
gem. Yeah.
All right. Well, as you do that, the water then starts to move away on both sides from your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Even going so far as to splash out. And you can see the bottom of the sarcophagus.
Oh, okay. What's down there?
A number of coins, a sack, and a scroll tube.
Do you like me a scroll tube? Have like the dimensions of this sarcophagus changed, or?
Nope.
So this is like pretty deep in then. Okay.
No, it's not that deep. It's expectedly deep.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Are any of the items magical?
What's that? Oh,
Are any of the items magical?
the bag and whatever's in the scroll case.
You said there was 2 coins just out?
A bunch of coins.
Oh,
Yeah, bunch of coins.
I'm scooping that up
Bunch of-
immediately.
Bunch of coins, scroll case, and a bag.
Yeah.
The bag is magical, and something inside the scroll case is magical, or the scroll case itself is magical. Who knows?
So for a quick count, you get a total of 40 gold dinars worth of coinage. So everyone can get 10 if we want to split it evenly.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, 10 gold.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about the scroll case. So many parchments were found today. I'm excited.
Happy we got gold. Okay. Did anybody who took the sack?
No one yet.
No one yet.
Oh.
But I'll take it out and kind of just put it on the side of the sarcophagus. So feel free to take it. My mind is going to be, I'm going to eventually open up the scroll case and take a look through.
All right. Anyone want to take the bag?
If nobody wants it, I'll take it.
All right. It's a bag. It's not huge, but the opening is bigger than you would expect. Has a drawstring.
I'm gonna open it.
It's empty.
Okay.
So it's definitely magical.
Oh yeah.
I hope it's a bag of holding.
Hopefully that'd be awesome.
I'll put
Well,
the armor in it.
There's a lot of the carpet burned away, Simon. What's underneath the carpet?
Well, that burned away too. So just the stone floor, but
okay.
you
could want to see if there's anything else underneath, like the door or something.
You could smell grease, kind of, as it burned. Yeah. All right.
Cool. And what's inside the scroll case?
A scroll.
Cool. Can I read this one?
Arcana?
Yes.
All right.
Oh no, I rolled a 4. Yeah, it's plus 3, I think. Yeah. So a total of 7.
Yeah. It's a scroll.
That's cool. I find stuff. I don't need to use it.
It's magical.
Oh
I
boy.
have Arcana. Atash does. You want to hand it over to Atash to take a look?
Yeah. All right.
Atash, what do you make of this? And I'll hand you over the scroll. I know you are not fond of words on a page. You'd rather gold in your hand, but surely this is of some importance.
Well, let me just take a look at this here. He unrolls it, and then Arcana. I got a 23.
It is a. I want to make sure they group them this way. Okay, it is a scroll with a divination effect, from what you can read.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay. This looks like some kind of divination. It's not familiar to me. Maybe if we just spend a little more time with it, we can figure it out. He kind of just shrugs.
Well, Jerusalem is full of scholars. I'm sure someone at the libraries there will know.
Oh.
Good
If
idea.
if it's definition spell, is it a spell I know? Can I read it? I am a divine spellcaster.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it helps you find things. It's a locate object spell.
Oh.
How serendipitous.
Sure is. Okay. I'm happy. I think Atash is on the way out.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you climb back to the surface. Breathe in the fresh air. Any plans or goals, or go back to the camp?
I mean, since we have to scroll, how about we help him help him find his trinket, the locket.
Yeah.
Sure.
He is the one that told us about this place in the first place.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna cast it?
Sure, I'll cast it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
You okay there, Simon?
Yeah.
Call it?
It's getting a bit late. How about I just wanted to see something about whether it worked. But yeah, you can cast it. And it knowing what you know of the locket, it hold on. I did just see this info. It's in fact not far from where you are.
Ooh, okay. I
Not
like the sound of that.
not like right next to you, but it's in the general area.
I'm definitely willing to spend some time to look for it.
Well, the
Yeah.
locate object will tell you where. So,
Let's go there.
all right. Well, yeah, pretty straightforward. Following it, you reach a tree, and under the tree are two men lying face down. The locket just in front of the outstretched hand of one of them. They're both dead.
Can I tell how they died?
Natural causes.
I have medicine. That helps.
Well, I mean,
No.
natural
Doesn't seem-
causes in like sudden bodily stress.
Okay. I mean, I was basically saying, were they poisoned or something?
No.
Okay.
Adas.
I'll say a prayer for the two dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just holding this object while dead.
It was just out of reach.
Adash. That's you know how you keep saying the future. You know how you keep saying about the future. I think I see your future right there, like over there, those two.
He looks at the bodies and goes, I do hope that fate is not in my portents. Well, this is fortuitous indeed. I am running out of fingers for my fortune telling. He rubs his hands together and says, all right, so this is the locket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems
I think we
to.
just pick it up. Let's pick it up. What did that guy say? He said something about a ritual.
You gotta bury it and sing a kid's lullaby, something like that.
You have to
Yes, we have
put
to
your
cover
hands.
our fingers in soil, put a little bit water, and then sing a children's song, and any will do. And Natash, we're all fated to die. It's just a matter of when we do.
Well, you've just been told how not to die, so
True.
you know.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not worried.
True.
I'm at peace if and wherever I shall die, however it'll happen. And if this is the locket and we know the way of handling it, I respect tradition, if anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to it, follow the ritual to a T, and sing a children's song.
All right.
In this case, it's a lullaby that I heard back at the monastery from where I came from. It's something that they used to sing to us to get us to go to bed.
Okay. And after that whole thing, you lift the locket. You're able to hold it. So you're not sure why that should feel any different. But nothing's striking you dead. So, silver lining.
Yeah, all right.
Amazing.
All right.
Tasha's gonna try to cut some fingers off to get some bones.
Yeah. Okay.
Please and thank you.
Okay. Well, why don't we end the session there as you found the locket, had a nice little fight and some puzzles. And in our next episode, we will continue potentially returning to the caravanserai with the locket.
Woohoo!
So thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. If you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe to the channel or leave a comment below just telling us how wonderful it was, because that boosts the algorithm and gets it more visibility, anything and everything. But likes are also good. So let's introduce ourselves on the way out, and we'll go with Toli to start.
Hey everyone, my name is Toli. I played Osamu, who is a monk, archaeologist, pilgrim type guy. This was really fun. I'm excited for next session. Yeah, thank you for having me as always.
Yeah, nice. Of course, Crow.
Hi, I'm Crow. I played Omar, a barbarian bounty hunter, slayer, also bodyguard to this group, apparently. Yeah, this has been fun. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah. All right. Great. Suni.
What's good, guys? I'm Suni. I played Atash, the doom-saying, doom-bringing grave robber, and it's been a treat.
Excellent.
Can't wait to make it worse.
Hey, and Ray. Last but not least.
I am Ray. I play Gilula, the cleric that's pretty much probably spend the rest of this campaign praying for these people's souls. I think they'll need it.
Excellent. And I am Simon. I am the GM and operator of the channel. So please check out other actual plays. Check out some reviews. And if you like it, you can always follow the links I've got on there to start playing games, and I will run you a game for money. Okay, so until next time, this has been Heir of the Crusades, Sigil of Jerusalem. We will see you in the next episode.